In this video, we will demonstrate how to download and install NetKernel. First, go to the 1060 Research website and select the Download Now buttons. That leads you to the distribution selection page. We're going to download the 4.0 version. And now you get to select which mirror. We're going to pick the New York mirror. The download occurs. And I'm going to show you that it downloaded into the Downloads folder. We're going to move this over to the NetKernel folder. And we're going to use this folder as the area where we're going to do some installations. And in a later video, I'm going to show you how to build some modules in this area. So the next thing we need to do is to run this jar file. On Mac OS X, you can just double-click it. But I'm going to bring up a console to show you how to do it this way. So this will show you that we're in the NetKernel directory, and there's the jar file. So we just say java-jar and name the file. And this will cause NetKernel to boot up. And once we see the port 1060 is running, and especially when this message shows, we know that we're ready to take a look. So we're going to switch over to the Opera browser, and I'm going to hit the home key, which I've set for this port. And you'll see the management panel for NetKernel shows up. On the left, there's an install button, and this appears when you run it from the jar file. So we're going to select the install application. It shows you the public license. So we'll go through that and then say that I understand and accept. And now it asks for a target directory. These are relative to the directory from which we just ran NetKernel. And I'm going to do two installations. The first one is going to be called NK4.0. Now let's make it NK4 jar. And I'm not going to expand the jar files. In some cases, this is handy to have the jars available. So we're going to do this install. And that was very quick. Then we'll go back and we'll do another installation for NK4. And this time we are going to expand. Do that installation. It takes a little bit longer to do the expansion. And then we're going to shut down the instance and confirm. And we'll go back and you'll see that it's actually shutting down. It's shut down complete. We got our prompt back. So let's clear and take a look. There are the two directories for the installation. Now we're going to go into NK4 and take a look. There's a bin, an etc directory, and so on. You'll learn about these in detail later. But the key one is to go to the bin directory, and there you'll see two scripts. And this is OS X, so you have netkernel.sh. If you're on Windows, you'll have a .bat file. So let's run it. Let's run the netkernel.sh file. And this brings up NetKernel from an installation. And you'll notice that it's doing a sync with the repositories. So it's getting the update information about any updated modules and that sort of thing. And you'll see how that comes into play in just a second. So it looks like we're up and running. I'll switch back over to Opera and again hit the home key to bring up the console. And notice this time that the install tab is missing. So that just means that we're running from a fully installed instance of NetKernel. So to finish this, I'll take you over to the Apposite tab. Apposite is the client that works with a repository to see if there are any updated packages. And in fact, we do have some packages that need to be updated. And what this means is some packages were updated since the 4.0.0 release was posted. And so we just need to pick these. I'll just pick these 5. And one more to go. And you'll notice that they're all up here in the selected area. So now we're going to apply the selection, and when we do this, it's going to cause Apposite to contact the repository, download these packages. See, it's downloading them all, and then it goes through an installation process. And we'll switch back over to the terminal, and you can see that it's actually doing some processing. It's uploading, it's doing a recommissioning, and so on. So now you can see it's doing the initialization. So we'll go back. And the UI now says that it's finished. We'll do a refresh. And once this page comes back, that means that we have a working installation of NetKernel with the very latest packages. So now you can go and look at the documentation and further explore NetKernel. So that concludes this first video on installing NetKernel.